Finding stillness in the eye of the modern storm. Do you ever feel like you are living inside a giant, invisible machine that never stops? From the moment you wake up to the second you close your eyes, you are bombarded with information, expectations, and the relentless pressure to be on. We live in the era of the great acceleration. We move faster, talk faster, and consume faster. Yet we often feel like we are standing still while the world rushes past us. We are exhausted not from physical labor, but from the mental overload of a world that has forgotten how to be quiet. But what if the peace you are looking for is not found by running away from the storm, but by moving toward its very center? Consider the story of a man named Leo. Leo was a digital architect in a city made of glass and steel. His life was a constant stream of notifications, deadlines, and shifting trends. He prided himself on his ability to multitask, to stay ahead of the curve, and to manage the chaos. But inside, Leo felt like a fragmented mirror. He was everywhere at once, yet nowhere in particular. He felt a deep, vibrating anxiety in his chest that no amount of success could soothe. He felt like he was drowning in shallow water. One weekend, desperate for a reprieve, Leo traveled to a remote coastal village. There, he met an old man named Silas, who had spent 40 years maintaining a lighthouse on a jagged cliff. Silas was a man who moved with a slow, deliberate grace. He seemed to carry a pocket of silence with him, even when the wind was howling. "Silas," Leo asked, as they watched a massive storm gathering over the horizon, "how do you stay so calm? The world out there is moving so fast, and now this storm is coming. I feel like I'm constantly being torn apart by the wind, even on a sunny day." Silas pointed to the dark, swirling clouds in the distance. "Leo," he said, his voice steady and low, "a hurricane is the most violent force in nature. Its winds can level cities, but at the very center of that chaos, there is a place called the Eye. In the eye of the storm, the sky is clear, the wind is a whisper, and the birds can fly in peace. The hurricane's power doesn't come from its wind. It comes from the contrast between its violent walls and its silent core." He looked Leo in the eyes. "You are trying to fight the wind. You are standing on the outer ring, letting every gust knock you over to find peace. You don't need the storm to stop. You need to find your way to the eye." This is the core of Stoic and Zen wisdom regarding modern life. We often think that stillness is the absence of noise. We think we need to move to the mountains or delete all our social media to find peace. But true stillness is not a location. It is a state of being. It is the ability to remain centered while the world spins around you. This is what philosophers call equanimity, the mental and emotional stability that remains undisturbed by external events. To find the eye of your own modern storm, you must first practice the art of centering. This starts with realizing that the noise of the world is external, the ping of your phone, the demands of your boss, and the chaos of the news are like the outer walls of the hurricane. They are real, and they are powerful, but they are not you. By creating a sacred pause between a stimulus and your response, you step away from the wind and move toward the center. The second pillar is the creation. In ancient times, people built temples as places of refuge. In the modern world, you must build this temple within your own mind. This is done through the discipline of silence. If you spend every waking moment consuming information, your eye will be filled with debris. You must carve out moments in your day where the world is not allowed to enter. 10 minutes of morning stillness, a walk without headphones, or a meal eaten in quiet. These are not luxuries. They are the anchors that keep your soul from being swept away. Leo began to realize that his anxiety was a result of him trying to be the wind. He was trying to match the speed of the world, forgetting that a human being is not a processor, but a vessel. He started to practice selective ignorance, choosing what to care about and what to let pass through him. He realized that 90% of the things that caused him stress were externalities that didn't actually touch his character or his purpose. When you move into the eye of the storm, Your perspective changes. You no longer see the chaos as a personal attack. You see it as a natural phenomenon. This is the power of anchoring. When you are anchored in your own values and your own presence, the great acceleration loses its power over you. You can watch the trends come and go. You can hear the shouting of the marketplace, and you can feel the pressure of the clock. But you remain still. Think about your life right now. Where is the wind hitting you the hardest? Is it the pressure to hustle? Is it the fear of missing out? Is it the constant comparison to others? These are the outer rings of the storm. They are loud and they are exhausting. But they are not the truth of who you are. As you go through your day, practice being the observer of the storm. When a crisis hits or the noise becomes too loud, visualize yourself stepping into that clear, silent space at the center. Take a breath. Remind yourself, the storm is outside. I am the I. You don't need to quit your job or move to a cabin to find peace. You just need to stop being the wind. The world will always be loud. The storm will always be there. But you can be the stillness that the storm revolves around. You can be the clear sky in the middle of the clouds. Find your center, protect your sanctuary, stand in your own equanimity, and you will find that even in the heart of the most violent modern storm, you are safe, you are whole, and you are perfectly, beautifully still.